What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a Heart's Desire reading for the sign of Aries. Okay, Aries, you guys are last but not least part of the week 3 group. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay. So, of course, y'all's reading fell a little bit behind. Again, whenever the energy is kind of low, I don't do any readings, okay? Just so you know. So, I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle for you guys. Feel like the energy is kind of shifting a bit for Aries. Remember, Aries, this is primarily for sun sign Aries, but you do have others that might have Aries in a placement on their birth chart that is very important to them, and so you may share that energy with them, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and reshuffle by threes, and then we'll cut by threes, and then we'll go ahead and get into your reading, okay? We still have one more, which is the All My Love readings. I'll get around to those momentarily. I kind of break it up based off of how many I can handle. Whenever I do readings in a day, I might be able to get one done. Then I might be able to get four. Okay, so that being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading. All right, so we have one from the top for your present energy, one from the bottom for your past energy, and then one energetically from the middle, which, like I said, multiple energies coming in placement wise. So sometimes it takes me a minute to find the middle one. All right. So let's see what we have going on. And I don't know why I put that over there. It's been a minute. We're going to look at the bottom of the deck to see what the overall outcome is. Okay. Now, possibly reason why I might have put it over there is because of the fact there might not be an overall outcome, and the outcome you might have already came to pass. Okay. But if it did, just let me know in the comments. Okay. So let's go ahead and see what you guys got going on, Aries. We have 5 of Pentacles for your present. We have the Hanged Woman for your past energy. Okay. And then we have the 5 of Cups. All right. So 5 and 5 showing up. If you've been watching me long enough, you know that 5s mean a change. Okay, so like we've had a reshuffle on your energy. I always pre-shuffle before I start readings anyway, and so that right there talks about a shift of some sort. Okay, 5 of Pentacles, if I remember correctly, ended up being an overall outcome. I want to say it might have been Aquarius that it happened with. You can go to the Aquarius reading and kind of go to the end to see, or the end of this spread to see, okay? Because you guys might be intertwined with each other. Something that I also notice whenever I'm doing readings is that the signs for the week somehow end up piggybacking off of each other, okay? And so I've shuffled these cards twice, okay? So before we got started, so let's get into this 5 of Pentacles. All right, so 5 of Pentacles, again, meaning kind of feeling left out in the cold. Regular Rider's Waite shows 2 people walking out, and it's kind of like a mosaic window, if you will, behind them, and it's snowing, and there's snow on the ground. With this 5 of Pentacles, you have someone kind of sitting on the ground with 5 pentacles over them, with a doorway and some stairs. There's a pyramid there as well, if you can see that. And well, it looks like a pyramid to me when I'm facing it this way, but it's really kind of like the shading, if you will, of it. But I can see a pyramid in there. Okay, so some form of enlightenment going on, in my opinion. Whenever I see pyramids, that's the first thing that I think of is enlightenment. But it's like stairs going up into this doorway, And like I said, your present energy is kind of feeling left out. Okay. So it's possible that it's not that you're being left out or anything, it's just maybe you're awaiting something, or feeling kind of left out of the loop, if you will, about things. Okay. And so you got to be patient. Maybe you're used to being the first to know, and now you're either down to not knowing at all or being the last one to know something. Okay, it's not the greatest thing, but you got to be patient. Okay, um, because as they usually used to say, the old saying, good things come to those who wait, and no news is good news, is two of the sayings that I can remember that come to mind. So don't feel left out right now, okay? Just it's going to take some time, okay? So let's move on to the past energy, which is the hanged woman, okay? Hanged woman is just like the hanged man in regular Rider's Waite. It's almost like a Circus Soleil type woman kind of hanging upside down, okay? It talks about looking at things from a different perspective, okay? We talk about this all the time when hanged man or woman comes up, okay? Now, for this being in your past energy, I feel as though in the past, um, either you or someone around you had to constantly kind of keep telling you to kind of see things from their side of this story, okay? Because there's two sides to every story, and so you kind of have to look at things in that perspective or put yourself in their shoes, okay? And so that is past energy, looking at things from a different perspective. Okay, if you were being overbearing, you have to look at it from that person's side of things, of what it may feel like to deal with someone who's overbearing, or vice versa. Okay, so let's move on to future energy. Okay, Five of Cups. Five of Cups. Either way, we look at it this way, you have the sun kind of setting behind the cups. You have three standing up and two standing down, as your typical Five of Cups is in regular Rider's Waite. Okay, two cups down is usually in the regular tarot deck is like laying down behind them. Okay, and then three cups in front. Don't focus so much on what is lost. Look at what is still around, okay, for future energy, okay? Because I think it's for you, Aries, it's kind of a situation of what you really wanted is probably those two cups that fell, okay? And sometimes losing something is probably the best for you while still holding on to what's best for you, okay? So what you thought was best for you is probably not come future energy, okay? If it has not already passed, okay? It may bode well for you that something didn't fall through, okay? Now, let's look at the possible overall energy of this spread. It's Eight of Cups, okay? Eight of Cups is this one in this deck, Mystic Mondays. You have someone kind of almost, it looks like a table, if you will, at the end of kind of like a sun rising or a moon rising, okay? And you have eight cups, four on each side, okay? The person sitting on the edge of this kind of like table or plateau is looking over, facing you guys is looking to the left, facing me is looking to the right, okay? So kind of making a decision of which way to go is what I'm feeling, okay? And you probably have already made the decision, thus the reason why, like I said at the beginning, I put it over here, okay? Now you do have your cups energy moving from 5 to 8. That is an increase of 3, okay? So whatever the choice you made is for centering, okay? Again, maybe being overzealous in the past also, about decisions that you made, okay? And cups is about feelings, okay? Where pentacles is more so about monetary, but of value, okay? And so you may currently feel a little bit devalued in the sense, maybe it was something you were applying for and you didn't get it. and you kind of feel like it's put a damper on things because maybe you had a goal to do something. Now, just because that one thing you applied for was maybe that one thing that you truly wanted, you probably already have another way of making what it is that you want come to fruition in a different way than what you thought. Okay. Um, so, with this Eight of Cups, you've made a decision to walk away from something for the best, or to walk towards something that is, just as good. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into some clarifiers. All right, we're already 10 minutes into your reading, Aries. So we're going to go ahead. I'm not going to reshuffle these. We're just going to go based off that energy, but it was primarily for this first deck. So top card is for the Five of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is for the Hanged Woman. And then one energetically from the middle. I'm going to go here with it. Is for the Five of Cups. And then we'll flip the bottom of the deck over to see what's clarifying this Eight of Cups. Okay. So let's see what you guys have. We have 10 of materials. Then we have the Seven of Inspiration for the Hanged Woman, Seven of Wands. And then we have the Nine of Inspiration for the Five of Cups, which is for the Five of Cups future energy. Okay, so let's get started on this first pairing of present energy. So like I said, you have 10 of Pentacles with the Five of Pentacles. Feeling left out, okay? 10 of Pentacles is talking about some form of family. As you see the tree here, and you have kind of like the family sitting around in a circle underneath this tree of roses, if you will, okay? And Pentacles, again, is a value, monetary value. Wanting to feel secure, okay? Maybe trying to secure something for your family, okay? For some of you. Others of you, like I said, feeling left out. There could be some family situations going on that you're not aware of, and people are keeping you out of it. It could be for good reason, okay? It could be a surprise for you. You don't know. But Aries, you have a tendency of wanting to know everything, okay? Sometimes it's good not to know everything, okay? And you have to remember, you can't have it both ways. Other times you don't want to hear the drama or the foolishness. And now it's like you want it. You want to hear, you want to know, but it's not for you to know, okay? So for some of you, that is the situation, okay? You're feeling left out because your family is doing things without you, okay? For others of you, it could be, not having enough time to spend with family. And so, you're away a lot, or you're really busy and you're missing some things. And so you have to try and find a way, if you can, to kind of, re-interact with your family again, okay? And that's, understandable, okay? But there's always a way to do something, okay? But handle your business first and then play later. That's just my sentiments, okay? Because what you have around you is obviously necessary for you to do, okay? It's not something that can just be put off, okay? But nonetheless, do what you can with the time that you have, okay? So that's all I'm going to say in regards to your present energy. Let's move on to the future energy. Not future energy, past energy. Past energy is the Seven of Inspiration with the Hanged Woman, okay? Seven of Inspiration, Seven of Wands, kind of defending yourself, okay, in the past, for maybe constantly assuming things. Again, like I said, looking at things from a different perspective, okay? Which, like I said, you could have been trying to get other people to see things from your side and having to defend yourself a lot, okay? It's understandable depending on, your age or maturity level, okay? For me personally, I just turned 40, and I think once I became responsible. We're not going to go how long that took. But I was always very mature minded, if you will. We've all made mistakes. And maybe your mistakes are always thrown at you and you're always on a defensive level. Okay. And so for me personally, when you're grown, you shouldn't have to explain yourself to anyone. Okay. Your decisions are your decisions because you're the one that has to live it. Okay. And that may have always been your defense, trying to get people to see things from your perspective, okay, in the past. And so maybe you've had to relive that a little bit, or just remembering that, because maybe it could be some karma coming back to you in the sense of not, bad karma or anything, but just life lessons in the sense of maybe how you were brought up to how you're bringing up your child now, in the sense of wanting to get explanations or things of that nature. It kind of rings a bell with you. Okay. So that's all we're going to deal with in regards to this past situation. Okay. Past energy. Let's move on to the future energy of what's to come or what's to already have passed. We have 5 of Cups with the 9 of Inspiration, which is 9 of Wands. Okay. Regular Rider's Waite, 9 of Wands, is usually talking about a wounded warrior. This person is not wounded. They have on a orange dress. It's kind of flailing about in a way, kind of almost like blowing up in the wind, but a beautiful orange like silhouette type dress. And there's kind of like a canyon and 2 heads behind her. And I feel as though, she's on this long journey throughout this canyon into a desert, okay? And so kind of almost feels as though you're not able to pass her without, some resolve, okay, with this 5 of Cups, okay? And so emotionally wise, I think you might be a little bit blocked in a sense, is what I'm feeling. Okay, with this 9 of Inspiration, because it's almost as if you truly want to be in the know, and if no one wants to tell you anything, it's like then you're going to try to ignore it. Okay, or if they don't share, then you're not going to share. Okay, as far as what your emotions are. Because 9 of Inspiration usually is talking about blocking something, okay? Not as much as the 2 of Wands is not talking about blocking anything. It's usually talking about making a journey, okay? 2 of Swords is talking about being indecisive. You're not being indecisive, you've already made the decision. But you're just blocking certain feelings out about something, okay, as far as in the future. How you truly feel is blocked, okay? Almost like a sense of putting on airs, okay? So let's go ahead and turn over the bottom of the deck to see what is clarifying this 8 of Cups, which is the Knight of Emotions, which is the Knight of Cups, okay? 5 of Swords is up underneath the 8 of Cups, okay? So it's talking about some form of defeat, okay? I don't think it's a defeat against you or you being defeated. I think it's more so in the sense of maybe just feeling like you are, but you really aren't, okay? In the sense of maybe attempting to do something, okay? If that makes sense. Knight of Emotions, again, Knight of Cups, someone offering a cup. Adding that to the 8 of Cups means 9 of Cups, feeling a little bit more secure within yourself, okay? So someone probably offers some form of explanation of why things have turned out the way that they have, okay? Again, someone who's around you, maybe on a regular basis, offers some kind of resolve, okay, to kind of give you some type of comfort, if you will, okay? Because again, Aries, you do feel left out when you're not told something. And it could be for your best interest, okay? And maybe it's because you're a little bit too objective sometimes, okay? And so they may have given you that explanation. It's not a bad trait, it's just an undesired undesired one, okay? So let's get into your heart oracle here, okay, to see what could be the final decision or choice that's being made, some form of advice. We do 3 shuffles here and then we separate by 3. One last shuffle. And I will say, when I did the shuffle to kind of sit in your energy for a minute before we started, surrender of denial came up for the power of surrender. So you could also, some of you may be in denial about something in particular. What that is, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but that did come up. So if some of you are suffering from that, try not to really dwell on it. Especially if it's something that you've kind of already made a decision on, okay? So let's look at the bottom of the deck for your heart oracle, which is joy and stability, okay? Joy and stability. Number 4 being present here, okay? New energy alert. Thank you, Aries or Aries placements, for your patronage and viewing this channel. I truly appreciate it. Whenever I see a new card that I haven't seen in a while or ever before, it denotes new energy for me. So that is a beautiful thing, okay? Breaks up the monotony of the repeated cards that come up, which means that the energy is still around and is connected to another sign, okay? So in this card, we do have like this solar plexus and sacral energy is what I'm picking up the most on. But really a big solar plexus energy, okay? So that inner joy, that inner child kind of coming into play on your creative side, okay? But being very happy in the place that you are right now, okay? And spreading that about as much as possible. The number 4 is talking about protecting your energy, okay? So do not let any negative energy coming in, such as being overbearing or overthinking, be in joy where you are in the moment, okay? So let's get into the book so we can read a little bit deeper into this joy and stability, okay? Page 143. Equaling up to 8 when I think about it, in the sense of finding balance with everything that you're doing right now, okay? Things may be getting a little hectic or feeling a little chaotic. Learn to take a breath and breathe and slow down sometimes, okay? You do have well-deserved reward underneath, so it might be time for just a little bit of break. If you've done, and handled all your business, it's time for you to reward yourself with something, okay? So joy and stability says the key words are happiness, celebration, sharing, and renewal, okay? Like a beautiful summer day, this card brings joyful energy. Take a break or step back just for now from any concerns you may have around matters of the heart and spend some time in happy pursuits. Find reasons to celebrate with others. Welcome this warm, sunny energy into your life. Allow it to lift your spirits. Remember the law of attraction, and a high rate of vibration will attract all that you desire. Rejuvenate your relationships by renewing yourself. This card also speaks of a time of sharing and conversation. Lovingly open your heart and mind to people. Share your thoughts, and above all, be a good listener, okay? Learn to listen, not defend, okay? Feel the ebb and flow of energy as you communicate with others. You'll find that this brings increased stability and warmth to your relationships. helping you attract like-minded people into your life. Okay, so remember, feel the ebb and flow of energy as you communicate with others. Okay, share your thoughts, and above all, be a good listener. Okay, you sometimes are quick to defend or answer before really hearing things all the way through. So kind of work on that, okay, Aries? That is a personal trait of yours. Okay, so let's get into your power of surrender, which is your final advice. Very beautiful energy to see both of those cards, joy and stability, and rewards, deserved reward. Okay, meaning you guys are doing really well as far as, I think, material wise, as far as in your professional lives and pursuit. But it's time to kick back and take care of you a little bit. Okay, so we've got our 3 shuffles in. We'll cut by 3 and see what's at the bottom of the deck for you guys, Aries. Surrender unhealthy relationships. Okay, surrender unhealthy relationships. What do you know? New energy alert. For this may not, of course, relate to any of you. Take what resonates and pass the rest. Okay. Surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. Okay, you have this person here, kind of like almost with a knife, with a kind of like heart energy coming out of his chest. Okay, he's a very strong-armed man. Okay, but his heart is kind of like this energetic heart that's kind of like orange red. Okay, so if there are toxic people around you, Aries, and you know they are, but you keep dealing with them for some reason, you need to remove yourself slowly, if not abruptly, from these type of people. Okay, if they bring no positive energy with them, they're not motivational of any sort, and it's time to move on from them. And that could be what's representation of this future energy with this 5 of Cups, and then moving on to an 8 of Cups, where you finally decide to move away from them. Okay, and it could be this Knight of Cups that comes through to kind of give you a word of advice, so that way you can feel secure in not needing those type of people in your life. Okay, so with that being said, Aries, that is all that I have for you guys today. Like I said, we do have one more set of readings to do, but until then, peace.